In this video, we will present the web application dedicated to the SmartHeat controller from Stertech. To launch our web application, we first need to connect the controller to our home Wi-Fi network. To do this, we turn on the controller and, using a Wi-Fi enabled device, such as a phone, tablet, or laptop, search for the local network broadcast by the controller. We connect to it by entering the password provided in the controller's manual. Once we have successfully connected to the controller, a browser window will open automatically. When using a laptop, however, we need to open the browser ourselves. The controller's network parameters will be displayed. We then need to expand the top menu and select Configure New AP. Here, we choose our home Wi-Fi network and enter its password. Next, we click Apply. And once the pairing process has been completed successfully, the controller will be connected to the internet. To access the web application, enter the IP address of the controller into the browser's address bar. The IP address can be found on the controller. After launching the application, the boiler status screen is displayed. Here, we can check current parameters such as the boiler status, burner temperature, auger temperature, outdoor temperature, pellet level, and pressure. We can also set the boiler temperature and check the operation of the feeder, fan, domestic hot water pump, and central heating pump. On this screen, we can also activate holiday mode, stop the boiler, or start the ignition process. The next tab contains the settings. Starting from the beginning, the first option is the domestic hot water schedule, where we can configure all parameters related to domestic hot water and its schedules. Next is the circulation schedule, which allows us to adjust the parameters related to circulation within our system. The next section is the central heating schedule, where we can configure settings related to the heating system in our home. In the combustion tab, we can find all parameters related to the boiler's operating temperature, standby operation, shutdown process, burner limits, and much more. In the Additional Hydraulics tab, we can adjust the operation of additional devices in our system, such as pumps and sensors. In the Priorities tab, we can configure the operation of the three-way valve and set operating priorities for the central heating and domestic hot water systems. Next, we have the Holiday Mode tab, where we can configure how this mode operates. The Time tab is used to set and configure the current date and time zone to ensure the controller operates correctly. In the Cloud tab, we can check the status of the network to which the controller is connected. Most importantly, we can generate a pairing token used to pair the controller with the mobile application, which is available for download from the App Store and Google Play. In the Tools section, we can upload a file to update the controller's software. Such a file is provided by the manufacturer when an update is released for the specific controller model. The file should be downloaded from the manufacturer's website, uploaded here, and then used to perform the update. Here, we can also update the administrator password, change the simulation pin, unlock service access, and change the service pin. Please remember that these actions should only be performed by qualified service personnel. In the Service tab, we can view more detailed boiler parameters and verify whether all functions are operating correctly. We can also review current alarms and their history, clear alarms, check error logs stored in the controller, and view boiler operation charts. These charts are available for a selected period of time and show information such as pellet consumption during different periods of the year. We can also start the boiler ignition process. In addition, we can switch to manual control mode to perform diagnostics, among other tasks. This section also allows us to perform a full calibration of all systems after entering the service pin. For example, we can calibrate the flame sensor, pressure sensor, and perform system path calibration. In the pellet tab, we can view detailed pellet statistics, including the amount of pellet in the hopper, hopper capacity, consumption, configured price, today's consumption, today's cost, monthly consumption, monthly cost, annual consumption, and annual cost. Here, we can also calibrate the capacity settings, set the price per ton, and enter the amount of pellet added to the hopper. The web application gives you full control over the controller, the boiler, and the entire heating system in your home.